Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today we are doing another NCT individual reading, but this individual reading is going to be for Shotaro. Now, I actually don't really know how to say his name because I remember I looked a long time ago when I did a pick card reading that was themed by NCT. In that one I had to do some research on how to say some of their names, and one of them was for Shotaro. And I remember when I did the research, the dude was saying Shotaro or whatever the fuck, and I was like, I'm sorry, but my Spanish brain just says Shotaro. And then right now I was doing some research and I was like, I need him to actually say his name. So I looked at this video and he said his name and he said Shotaro. So I'm just gonna go with that pronunciation rather than the other one. In this individual reading, we are going to check his current energy, his career, his love life, and any healing messages that come through. And with that said, let's start with his first section, and that is his current energy. So how is Shotaro currently doing? Long rant over. So we have the Page of Cups reversed. Oh, and then we have the Eight of Pentacles upright and the Hierophant reversed. The Hierophant is following me. Lately when I'm doing readings, it just kind of pops up for some reason. I'm not too sure why. I actually want to clarify for the Page of Cups reversed. Why is this Page of Cups reversed here? Just clarity, you know. I say that and a bunch of cards came out. Three of Swords, the Moon, and the Six of Swords reversed. Okay, I didn't think this Page of Cups reverse was that serious, but then all of these other cards came out and it seems like it's something, definitely. So anyway, so the first card that came out for Shotaro was the Page of Cups reverse. So this kind of tells me that maybe he's having difficulties starting something new in regards to his emotions, his creativity, or even potentially his spirituality. There's something that's not working out for him, and because of that he's finding it very difficult to start something in that area of his life. So the pages in tarot usually talk about someone that's very curious about something, someone that is this is baby energy. By that I mean someone that is barely starting something, barely developing and embracing whatever suit the pages in this case we have the Page of Cups, and cups talk about emotion, spirituality, and creativity. So I do feel that in this case he is very struggling a lot to start on this new journey that will change his way of doing things or his personality or something about him as an individual. Now, the reason why this card is reversed could mean that he's finding it very difficult, he's going a little bit too much out of his comfort zone, or something along those lines that just make it very challenging for him to even start something new. Now, I wanted a clarifier for some reason, and then we got three cards that kind of talk about how rough this new beginning is for him. So we have the Three of Swords first, and the Three of Swords talks about heartache, it talks about pain, having your heart broken, it talks about things not working out. So there is something that didn't work out for him before that has caused him a lot of pain within his emotions, within his heart, and because of that he's overthinking something and he's not allowing himself to start something new, probably because he may have tried it before. This could be love related now that I think about it. It's a potential. So it seems like it's something that didn't work out for him before, because he ended up getting hurt somehow, and because of that he finds it very difficult to start again because of that fear of being in pain again. Now, the other card that we have right here is the Moon. So this is a Major Arcana card, meaning that this is very important, something that he definitely has to go through and something that he definitely has to learn from, because the Major Arcana is usually checkpoints within our life which we were kind of like soul contracted to go through, something that we want to learn, something that we want to experience, or something that we kind of have to karmically go through if we didn't finish that in a previous life or something along those lines. So with the Moon here, we are talking about a situation where he feels very confused. It's a lot of mystery going on, a lot of things outside of his control. This is Pisces energy, so this tells me that it is something where he definitely has to just kind of go with the flow, because he's not going to get a lot of information out of this. And what I mean by information out of this is like his intuition is going to guide him and help him, but he's not going to see anything further from where his hand is at. Like if he puts his hand in front of him, he's not going to be able to see much further than that. What I mean by that is that if he were to connect to his spirituality to try to get answers, his spirit guides or society or life or the universe is not going to give him a lot of information as to what's going on, maybe why it's happening, but not so much like what the outcome or the result is going to be like, because he kind of just has to go with the flow. So it definitely feels like he has to start something that didn't work out before for him. The Six of Swords reverse kind of shows that he has a lot of baggage. Basically, whatever didn't work out for him before, he has a lot of baggage, and it has created a lot of turmoil, a lot of conflict, a lot of chaos within himself, that he finds it very difficult to walk away from it and leave and be in a lot calmer waters. That's usually what the Six of Swords talks about, someone that is walking away from a difficult situation. And my left ear started beeping, like I heard like a distant beep. So I do feel that this is something about his past, potentially. Well, most likely, right? This is not something that's gonna happen. This is something that already happened. So I do feel that this Page of Cups reverse is here because this could be about his love life. With that Three of Swords, I do feel that this could be a heartbreak within his love life, but it doesn't have to, because he could feel a lot of pain and heartbreak from other areas of his life, which it might come up in his career for all we know. But yeah, there's something that he is struggling to start. So it seems like he's going to go through a cycle, and he has to go through that pain again. But not because it's not going to work out again, but because he has to revisit it, because he's going to experience something similar that will remind him of that one time that it didn't work out and was very painful and challenging for him. But he's going through that so he can let go of that baggage. That's basically the message there. Now, the other energy that we have right here is the Eight of Pentacles, which kind of talks that right now in his current energy, he's focusing a lot on his career. He's focusing on perfecting his skills and his knowledge about the area that he's working on. So I'm pretty sure that this kind of shows that he's just working on his dancing, maybe on his singing, on his rapping. He's working on everything that he needs for his career, because Pentacles talks about career, it could talk about money, it could talk about health. So maybe he's definitely taking care of himself as well to make sure that he's mentally okay. And that could be the reason why this thing from the past has been triggered. He's trying to let go of things that don't work for him and things that he needs to, whatever baggage he needs to let go of, it's kind of coming back. And yeah, because this Eight of Pentacles shows that he's been working a lot on himself, on his skills, and trying to improve his career by working on the things that he can work on right now. So I do feel like he's maybe in a workaholic type of state, potentially. Now, the last card that we have right here is the Hierophant reverse. So this is Taurus energy. This kind of shows that he finds it very difficult to work the standard way. So there is a chance that he could be the type of person that works in spurts. So he just has a big spurt of energy, and he works a lot, and he gets a lot of knowledge and does a lot of things, and then he needs to rest because he spent all of his energy in one go. So I do feel like he's not a very conventional worker. He doesn't do the whole 9 to 5 type of job. Well, he doesn't. He's an idol. But what I mean by that is that he's not very he is consistent, but not in the earthy type of way. This is a very fiery type of person. So he puts a lot of energy at one point, and then at other points he just kind of feels like he's like in saving energy mode, because he already put a lot of energy in one go. So he's not that consistent. He's kind of like a mountain. Like he has like a mountain of energy, and then he kind of stays still, and then a mountain of energy when he does work. So I do feel that this Hierophant reverse kind of shows that he's pretty unconventional as someone that works, because he is, to some people this will show as someone that is inconsistent, but it happens so often that he kind of already knows how to work with that energy. He already knows, I'm going to put all of my energy when I'm motivated, when I'm driven, when I've slept well and taking care of myself. I'm going to do that then. But when I don't have that energy, I'm just going to take it slow, relax, chill. So I think he knows how to work with that version of himself, but I do feel that to other people he may seem like inconsistent and unreliable. But that's just how he is. That's just the type of person that he is. Now let's go into the second area of this reading, the second section, which is what is going on with Shotaro's career. Oh, we have Scorpio and Pluto. Damn. So it seems like there's a big transformation that he's going through in his career, because we have Scorpio and its ruling planet Pluto, at least in modern astrology. So this these two cards kind of show that he's going to go through a very big transformation in his career. There is a sense of complete destruction and reconstruction of something. It's like, seems like something very, I hope it doesn't happen, like an accident of something. I hope that doesn't happen, but something big is going to happen, and it may seem like it's destroying his career. I don't think this is a scandal, not at all. I do feel that this is like whatever expectations or whatever was planned, that plan is gonna crumble down completely. Now, Scorpio is a very intense sign, and Pluto is a very intense planet. So what I mean by that is its transformations are not very easy to digest. Whenever there is a transformation, it comes from very deep within, and it can be very, not dramatic in a Leo drama queen type of way, but I mean like very drastic, very quickly, very big changes. So I do feel that if something's not going to work out for him in his career, it's definitely not going to work out, and people are going to know about it. So this is something big that is just not going to happen. Why? Because it's trying to make way for him to actually do something different and become a different person and learn from this experience and transform into this new version of himself. This transformation is a sort of rebirth. So something bad is going to happen to kind of clean the space for him to actually do what he has to do. Yeah, okay, that's 8. I don't know what necessarily, but this is definitely going to change him as a person. So what's going on with his career? Damn, that's interesting. They have new moon in Taurus, prosperity lies ahead. So with this Taurus energy, now Taurus is the sister sign for Scorpio, and that means that they're opposite signs. So what I mean by that is that Taurus and Scorpio have very similar values, but very different approaches. They have very similar goals as well, but again, very different ways of making those goals happen. So both Scorpio and Taurus have a very secure way of doing things. They like to stay within their comfort zone in a way. They like to go for things that feel safe and that feel secure. Both signs like to make sure they like luxury. They like to chill and just enjoy life and all of the beautiful things that life has, and that includes all of the physical material things out there. Especially since Taurus is an earth sign, all earth signs love to focus on what can be seen in the sense of all the physical things in life: career, goals, money, material wealth, material stuff, basically. Now Scorpio could have those things as well, but also Scorpio will go more from untangible type of things, right? So I do feel that in this case, the transformation that's going to go in Shotaro's career is going to be very big, and it's going to be a slow and steady type of thing. So the destruction can come very quickly, but the healing from it might take a while. I don't know what plan could come down crashing, and I don't know how public it will be. This could be a very personal, internal thing for him. So I don't know how. I think people are going to notice it and see it, but I don't think many people will be able to pinpoint what is going on necessarily. But if it becomes public, it's going to be very big. A lot of people are going to know about it, and it's going to be very drastic, very dramatic. But again, if it doesn't come out to the public, it's a very intense inner healing for him. Now, with a new moon in Taurus and prosperity lies ahead, I do feel that the reconstruction of this, or the healing of this, or the rewards that will be reaped from this transformation are going to take some time. Taurus is a very slow moving energy, so I do feel that he will be rewarded for his transformation from his learning experiences, but it's going to take a lot of time because it's going to be a lot of stepping stones, a lot of work. I do feel that the change it's going to happen very quickly, and the destruction is going from the root out. However, it will take some time for him to bring himself back up and bring stability for himself again. I'm not too sure why. unless, I guess the best way I can describe it is that if this is an internal type of healing that he has to do, it naturally will take a lot of time, because when someone does healing, there will be a lot of ups and downs. There will be days that things work out, days that don't work out, days where we have faith things will get better, and then days where we are completely discouraged and feel like the world is against us. So I do feel that it's going to be kind of challenging for him. Oh my god, it literally split, and we have the Ace of Wands reverse. So yeah, because of this internal conflict of sorts, or whatever issue that is going to go in Shotaro's career, it's going to make it very difficult for him to be motivated or inspired to start anything new, which we kind of saw here already. So it could have already been happening. But let's get more details about his career, like what's going on here. We have the Seven of Pentacles reversed, so he doesn't have the patience for things to kind of work out. We have the Seven of Wands. He's facing a lot of his fears though. And then we have the Two of Swords reversed. So in his career, that change or that shift or whatever transformation he's going to go through, whatever has to end in his life is going to end very abruptly or out of nowhere. So he's going to feel like all the doors are closing down for him, and he's not going to like that. And this Two of Swords reverse tells me that he's going to be very confused, because he doesn't even know what's going to work, what's not going to work. He will not be able to see what are his options, what are not his options. He's going to be very confused, because the Two of Swords usually talks about making decisions, and with it being reversed, it usually talks about someone that doesn't know what decision to make. And I sometimes interpret this as well as not even knowing what your options are. So I do feel that there's going to be a lot of confusion, and because of that, he's not going to be able to think clearly and be able to make a decision, because he doesn't know what's going on. And that can also be the reason why it's very difficult for him to start anything new. Now the other thing is that we have the Seven of Pentacles reversed. He's gonna find it very difficult, because he wants to do something, he wants to try something new, but he doesn't have the patience for things to work out. He maybe doesn't even have the patience to hear himself out and hear his opinions. Like, he's gonna find it very difficult to move on in his career, because healing takes time, and I don't think he has the patience for that healing. He will have to learn patience though, because he can't rush the process of healing, because even if he's like, okay, I want to be motivated, I want to do something new, if he's not ready for it, he won't be able to push himself any further than he's ready for, if that makes sense. Now the last card that we have right here is the Seven of Wands. There's a lot of fears he's going to encounter, a lot of fears he will have to overcome, and a lot of fears that he will have to face and heal. So there's a lot of shadow work that he will have to do in his career. So maybe he was afraid of something not working out, and that's exactly what's going to happen, because he just has to learn through that, overcome those fears, let go of that baggage, and open himself for new chances and new opportunities. But with that being said, let's jump into his love life. Let's see what's going on there. What's going on with Shotaro's love life? Oh. Wait, I'm dropping this card. This card wants to escape. So we have Neptune. He has a lot of water energy. If I'm correct, he's a Sagittarius sun. But I don't know the rest of his chart, so maybe he has a lot of water in him. So what's going on with Shotaro's love life? Love life. So I'm gonna take this one. We have Waxing Crescent Moon with Have Faith in Your Dreams. And I'm gonna put this other voice away. Wait. Oh, like that. Okay. So that was Cancer and Capricorn that I kind of saw. So there's a lot of opposing energies with him. Like, there's a lot of opposite energies that are kind of clashing with him. But here we have Neptune, and then we have Faith in Your Dreams with a Waxing Crescent Moon. So this tells me that in Shotaro's love life, it's really out of his control, because it's going to be very magical, a lot of unknowns, a lot of mysteries. But there's like, whatever idea he wants of love is going to come in like a fantasy. It's going to be like a fairy tale of sorts. And because of that, there's a lot of things outside of his control. A lot of things are just going to happen spontaneously. If he goes with the flow, things are just going to happen. There's a lot of things that he can't force. It's just going to happen. And with Neptune, we have Pisces energy, so it's going to be very dreamy. It's going to, his love life has, brings this promise that is going to be beautiful. It's going to be very rewarding, but it's really outside of his control. Like, he has no he has, of course, he has power in making decisions and in manifesting it, but in making it happen, not so much. It's like when the chance, when, how should I put it? The only times that he has power for his love life to happen is when the ball is on his court, like when it's on his side and it's his turn to do something. But most of it is gonna be destiny, fate, and maybe even the other person in store. But it definitely feels like it's outside of his control. It's kind of going to happen naturally. Now, the other thing that we have right here is have faith in your dreams. So maybe there's a certain type of love that he's been trying to manifest and is kind of difficult and challenging, because he needs to just trust that it's going to work out, and he needs to trust that it's going to happen, even though it's outside of his power. There is a lot of transformations that he has to go through, because we have the butterfly right here, and here we have a lot of purple. So I do feel like he just has to follow his intuition for things to happen here. I do feel that there is a lot of things that are being said, but there is a sense that he's not gonna get a lot of details on how things are gonna work out or what the result is. So he's able to, how should I put it? His energy sees the waves coming of something good or bad, but some change, like he sees those waves coming way before it happens, but he never really gets a clue as to what the end result is going to be, because he just has to experience it and just go through with life. And I think in his love life there's something similar. Like we have a lot of water energy up here, so I do feel that there is a sense where he's very intuitive and he kind of knows when something's going to happen, but I don't think he has tapped enough into his intuition to be able to put names, labels, and make it more concrete and tangible within his mind. We do have the Queen of Cups on the bottom. So this is Scorpio energy, but this also shows that he is very, very intuitive. I just don't know how aware he is of that. Like he could, like maybe he trusts his gut feeling, or he knows it's there, but maybe he hasn't nourished that side of himself that will help him be able to see things from a different point of view and a different perspective. So let's get more details about Shotaro's love life, like what's going on. Oh, those are two cards. That's perfect. Oh, we have the Three of Cups at the bottom. So a lot of celebration, a lot of happiness, a lot of going out and hanging out with friends. So there is a promise of something good out there. Or look, we have the Nine of Cups and the King of Pentacles reverse. So with the Nine of Cups, it shows that in his love life, his dream is going to come through. He's going to be satisfied. He's going to be fulfilled. Whatever he has been dreaming of and wishing for in his love life, it's going to happen. It's just not, like, how should I put it? He's not going to get the answers on how he's going to go from point A to point B, and he's not really going to get the answers on how he can make that happen. It's just going to work out. It's just going to work, but it's not necessarily under his control. He kind of has to surrender the idea of how it's going to happen. It just will. He just needs to trust that it's going to work out, because whatever it is that is going to happen in his love life is going to make him very happy and is going to satisfy him a lot. Now, we do have the King of Pentacles reverse, so I do feel that in this case, life wants him to focus a little bit more on his career, because it seems like that's where something big is going to happen, and it will be very beneficial for him to just focus on that, because the King of Pentacles talks about someone that's very stable, very grounded, materially well off, career successful, and wealth good as well. So I do feel that in this case, life wants him to focus on his career right now, and destiny and fate is taking care of his love life. Like, he doesn't have to worry about that. He should focus on his career right now. But with that being said, let's go on to his healing messages and see what comes through for Shotaro. What healing messages are there for him? There is a lot of shadow work for him, so maybe a lot will happen. So we have the Chameleon Spirit, act as if. So I do feel that this could be leaning more, the Scorpio Pluto energy in his career could be leaning more towards him going through an internal transformation, and it's going to be a very big deal for him. And I do feel that many people are going to feel how he's just changing, and if that's the case, the act as if card being here kind of shows that right now he doesn't feel like he is the person that he wishes to be in his life, and he's just working and becoming that person, and he kind of has to fake it till he makes it, right? Kind of slowly work his way towards being the person that he wants to be in life. So if he wants to be successful, what does it mean to him, and what's it look like to be a successful person? You know, the future that he wants to have in his life, what does he have to change now to become that person in the future? Those are like the things that he has to think of and work towards to make his manifestations real. So let's see, any more healing messages? We have I'm not surprised. The butterfly spirit reverse with transformation is beautiful. So I do feel that he may be scared of change. He may be afraid of how things are going to end up. I mean, we do have that he's very afraid of new beginnings. So I do feel, especially because of the shadow work that he has to do, there's a lot of baggage that he has to let go of. Things that didn't work out before, he needs to kind of let go of the fact that it didn't happen before. And he needs to be a little bit more open to the idea that if it didn't work out before, it doesn't mean it's not going to work out again, right? So with the transformation right here, it definitely feels like he is going to go through a very big change. These two cards kind of talk about the transformations that he's going to go through as a person, and how that's going to change his personality, his ideas, his individuality, and all of those things, right? The way that he's going to be perceived, the way that he's going to act, the way that he's going to go about things. All of those things are going to change because he's just growing up. I just realized he's young. I kind of forgot how young he is. So, he's young and he's still going through the process of slowly maturing into the person that he wants to be. So I do feel that this is very natural, but I do feel that he's going through a transformation and through a change that almost feels like the beginning of his Saturn return. So like whatever limitations he had before and whatever things were not working out for him will eventually, it's eventually going to come back, and he will be rewarded for the hard work that he put in those periods where he felt very, very stagnant, or he felt like he was missing something. All of a sudden it feels like it's unblocked when he reaches his Saturn return, which is usually when people are around 27. So I do feel that he's really starting that journey where he finally has to face those things that do not work out, that do not work for him, and let go of things that are not for him as well. So let's see, one more message for his healing messages. Just one more thing that Shotaro needs to heal or focus on. Just one more thing. Oh, my hands are hurting. And the last card that we have right here is the Mouse Spirit reverse with 10 to the small things. So with this card, I usually see it as focusing on the present moment. The thing that will be the most beneficial for him or the most helpful for him is if he focuses on the things that he can do right now and the things that are under his control at the present moment. So there's something that he's aiming for, there's something that he wants, and maybe he can't do those things yet because he's not there yet, or he doesn't have the connections or the right people, or maybe the right career, the right money. Like maybe there's something missing, right? Like maybe there's something that he has to work for first, but he can definitely start working on changing his point of view, his perspective, his thinking, his way of acting, his way of speaking, his way of living life, and his routine. Like he can definitely change it. He can definitely start changing those things to slowly become the person that he visualizes himself to be in the future. So it definitely feels like 10 to the small things is a card that is like, focus on what's in your power right now instead of focusing on what's outside of your power and all of those things that you cannot control. So it definitely feels like if he imagines in the future that he's this very well-dressed, handsome looking guy, then right now what he can focus on is, okay, what does it mean to be well-dressed, and start like maybe visualizing what type of clothes he likes. Maybe, this is a very physical thing, but it will definitely help his soul, because by working on the outside presentation of himself, he's also healing the inside of himself, because he's slowly doing things for him, and that will definitely help him feel more confident, feel more comfortable in his own skin, and also feel motivated that he's slowly transforming into the person that he wants to be. And that will also motivate him because he's going to feel like he's finally moving forward somehow. And by slowly presenting himself as the type of person that he wants to be, it will be easier to attract the opportunities, the energy, and the people that are meant to be with him, because he's slowly like stepping into his light and stepping into his true self, and that will slowly bring in people that are attracted to that and will eventually give him the, open up the doors that are meant for him in his life path, that kind of thing. So I hope you guys like this reading. This one was very, very heavy, Not happy as in bad, sad, or depressing, but happy as in like these are very big changes and transformations and a lot of surrender that Shotaro has to go through in his life. So I don't really know how his natal chart looks, but I'm pretty sure that if you guys looked at it, you guys will probably see that there's maybe a lot of squares, a lot of opposites, or maybe something that is just not working out for him, or maybe there's conjunctions between his planets and stuff that kind of show that he is kind of destined to go through a very tough transformation, something that is just very big and demanding on him. But anyway, I hope you guys like this reading. I hope you guys enjoyed it, or at least learn from it or find it entertaining. I'll see you guys in the next one, whenever that is, however that is. And love and healing from my part to you. And bye.